You ready? All right. Look, dog, I'm extra unique. My whole aura scream talent. Top man.
Season 3 underrated podcast, Shannon Shorter.
Peace, y'all, warrior.
We got a very special guest from the Midwest. One of them ones out of Gary, Indiana, that real place. Top 5 recruit coming out of high school. Went to Michigan State, drafted to the NBA. All Big Ten defensive team, all Big Ten. Most outstanding player in the tournament. We got Branden Dawson.
Man,
My
appreciate
dog.
it.
Appreciate you coming down,
welcome,
bro.
Brody. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's all love.
My guy, PJ.
So, one thing we like to do on this show is like ask our guests like, what makes you underrated?
That's a good question. I would say just my mentality, man. So I think that's one thing that makes me, underrated. Just my mentality, my approach towards the game itself. You know what I mean? A lot of people, the accolades and this and that. You know what I'm saying? But I just think I'm just, at the end of the day, I'm humble. So I think that, that's what really separates me, my attitude and just my mentality.
That's big coming out of Gary, man.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Yeah. Let's get into the nick of it. Like you from that place.
Oh yeah,
I've been out there. I got people out there. My homie HB, he took me out there. It looked like South Park everywhere.
Horse, yeah,
everywhere.
He said
South Park everywhere. You feel me? So I understand the situations you came from. Let's just take us back to them times when you was in Gary, coming up, growing up. You know what I'm saying? What you was experiencing, the adversities, etc.
Oh man, it was survival mode every day. Every time I walked outside, it was dog eat dog. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like basketball kind of, it was kind of escape for me. You know what I mean? Like, I was around, violent streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had no choice but to get into it. You know what I mean? I had 4 uncles, who's in the streets, robbing, they did it all. You know what I'm saying? And it was just, for me, it was just I had a choice. I had 2 choices, either, go that route or, go the other route. So I feel like just sports kind of helped me navigate that, you know what I'm saying, that mentality, you know what I mean? And, you know what I'm saying? Like, Gary is tough, man. Like, shit, my mom, you know what I mean? Single parent, you know what I'm saying? Me and my sisters, it was hard. So, but I feel like, it kind of really shaped me who I am. So,
amen. So, I always say, my mom was a single mom. I always got a great deal of respect for single women.
Yeah,
for single mothers that do it on their own. They always figure it out.
Facts.
Can you just talk about the strength of your mama and raising you in Gary, Indiana, and how she impacted your life?
Oh man, my mom is, she's everything. You know what I mean? And like I said, I was only boy. She really, you know what I'm saying, it was hard for her because she was in survival mode too. You know what I mean? And a lot of kids that, you know what I'm saying, like a lot of people that's in my shoes, they kind of blame their parents, you know what I'm saying? But I don't blame my mom for nothing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, she did the best she can. You know what I'm saying? 3 kids, you know what I mean? Especially raising a young man, it was hard. So, she was really like my mom and my dad, really, you know what I'm saying? Like, no disrespect to my dad, but, she did it all. So, my mom is definitely, she's one of my motivations to this day.
Yeah. So saying it was just you and your sisters.
Yeah.
Who would you say put the ball in your hand that got you to be where you are?
That's a good question. I would say probably this guy named Coach Jackson. He was like a mentor.
What age is this?
This was, I want to say I was 6.
Okay.
Yeah, like I've been. Yeah,
was you a big ass 6-year-old?
Yeah, I was big. Yeah, bigger than yeah, I was definitely bigger than most kids. But nah, he came around. I think my mom reached out to him because he was really, I think he was like a parole officer, but he was kind of more like a mentor. You know what I'm saying? So, she reached out to him and he took me on his wing. He put me in a few sports, baseball, football, basketball, and I played football. I really didn't like it, you know what I'm saying, but I was forced to play. But, I kind of enjoyed it. Played baseball, I wasn't really feeling it. And he actually had like a little basketball team, like a little bitty team, that he started, so called Kappa Alpha Psi. And, it just, from that point on, it just went from there.
So like you said, sports saved your life.
Yeah.
Obviously you from Gary, so I know like the game politics out there. I know how
for sure,
what will go down out there.
Yeah.
Was it tough for you not to fall into the trap of that because of your environment?
Right.
Right when you walk outside, right off the porch, you seeing what you seeing.
Yeah.
So how tough was that for you growing up?
Yeah, it was tough. It was very tough because I had all my friends. They was in it. Like, they took guns. I'm seeing it with my own 2 eyes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is, young, you know what I mean? Like, but I had two group of friends. I had them friends that was really in it, and then I had my other friends who was, you know, in the sports, you know what I'm saying? And it was kind of really hard for me because
So was it 1 foot in, 1 foot out? Or?
yeah.
Okay.
So my friends that really wasn't in it, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of hard for me because they really didn't accept me. You know what I mean? Like, it was kind of like, damn, like B, we can't really rock with B like that. You know what I'm saying? Because his friends,
okay.
they in the streets.
Okay.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying. So I'm trying to get them like, look, you know, I'm like y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know. So it was
right.
Yeah. So it was hard, man. Then I had my, you know,
Yeah.
them other friends, like, you know, they, you know, so it was just, it was a lot. But you know what I'm saying? Like once I kind of really, you know, like really was in tune with myself, and you know what I'm saying? Like it was.
What age you feel like that was? What shifted?
I'd probably say I would say when we moved, you know what I'm saying? My mom, we grew up with my grandmother. She adopted 7 kids, and I think when she made the decision to move from the block we grew up on to like a much different, you know, neighborhood, I think that's what changed. Like I think I was in the 6th or 7th grade.
So we always like to say exposure leads to expansion. So you was exposed to something that you wasn't used to seeing.
For sure.
So that shifted your whole
real
for sure.
life. Yeah, like police used to come to the house looking for me. I'm downstairs in the basement. I'm hiding. My mom, she was, you know, she worked at the casino, so she was at work. But my grandmother, I can hear the whole conversation. I'm really downstairs, but I can see we had a window in our basement where I can see like outside. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, they should come look for me all the time. But I was my grandma knew I was there too. You know what I'm saying? She was like, nah, I ain't seen him. You know what I'm saying? He outside somewhere. So it was, you know, my grandma, she showed love. But yeah. It was tough.
That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So leading to you playing basketball, and you went to, what was the name of your high school?
Lew Wallace.
Lew Wallace. Going from Lew Wallace, and then going to Michigan State.
Yeah.
Talk about that journey.
Oh man, Lew
Before
Wallace.
you get to Michigan State,
your
senior year you averaged 29, 19, and 8
by yourself.
Yeah.
Talk it.
You was a top 25 recruit,
McDonald's
5-star recruit, McDonald's All-American. Let's clap it up for that. Not many people get to that point. You know what I'm saying? So like just 29, 19, and 8.
Yeah, my senior, man, my junior was really the year that we was good.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? We had you know, LaTroy Taylor, rest in peace. You know, we had a lot of guys on our team, Devontae Harris. You know, we had a break my junior year. But my senior year, you know, it was tough because there, you know, all the seniors left, you know what I mean? So it was really everything fell back on me. But we were still tough, man. I think you know, we played Coach Thomas, rest in peace, Coach Thomas. He really set the tone. You know what I mean? Like he told me like, hey, you know, if you want to get to the next level, you know what I mean, just trust me and follow my lead. And you know, obviously, I don't know if y'all know Ronaldo Thomas. He played went to the University of Houston, played with Clyde Drexler.
Sound familiar.
Yeah, but he didn't really play as much, but he you know what I mean, he was one of the ones, you know what I mean? And I think he really set the tone. Like we had a national schedule. We played against, you know, the Bradley Beals, the Anthony Davis in high school, the Jabari Parkers, the Kendrick Nunn. So, you know what I mean? He really set the tone.
Once you start hooping, it was like these your goals, like McDonald's All-American, NBA.
Honestly,
like
were you just
extensive overseas, you know, professional. Was that your goal? Like when you started, or it was just?
I was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like I knew I was good, but I didn't really know how good I was. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like my family didn't even fathom how good I was. You know what I mean? But now, like I was just like, look, you know what I'm saying? This is what I want to do to, you know, to put my family in a better situation. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, look, I'm 10 toes in, you know what I mean? Like this is what we're gonna do. Then, you know, God was like, look, you know, this is what you want to do. Let's do it. So I was just locked in.
Amen.
Yeah.
So you get to Michigan State. What made you choose Michigan State?
Man, I really say just the brotherhood.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just talking. You know, obviously, you know, Draymond Greens, the Shannon Browns, and team.
You played with Green?
Yeah, I played with Draymond
1 year. Okay.
Yeah, 1 year, my freshman year. But man, I think honestly, I was watching a game one day, and I think it was. I mean, I always kept up with Michigan State. You know what I'm saying? I think the game that really shaped like my decision was when they beat Maryland. You know what I mean? That game when they shot Corey Lucius hit the game winner.
Yeah. I do remember that.
And I think from that point on, I was like, man, like I could see myself, you know, so just being a part of that culture, that you know what I'm saying, that junkyard dog mentality. You know what I mean? And playing for Coach Izzo, one of the most
Legendary,
prestigious.
yeah.
Yeah, Coach
Yeah.
Izzo,
We gonna get
legend.
to it.
You know what I'm saying? He a legend. So, you know what I mean? And, you know, I had, you know, no, I would say what really made me make my decision, Coach Izzo came to the hood, bro.
Really?
Pulled up, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Dolo.
Yeah, him and another assistant coach.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, they came, watched me practice. I look like it's Coach Izzo in practice. Like he in the trenches. You know what I'm saying? That
He must don't know.
from that point on, I was like, oh yeah, he locked in, he thorough. Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to high school. My fault. I meant to ask you this. So, like, you had your son as a junior, I believe.
Yeah, 17. Yeah.
So, how did that shape you in that moment?
Yeah.
Because you already in survival mode, like
Right.
you didn't discuss.
Yeah.
Now you got to care for somebody.
Yeah.
Now your mentality probably then shifted to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Really, it took me from a kid to a man, to a young man.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like I still, you know, my mom was there, she would still support me, but I think that's where really like, because I was always childish, you know what I'm saying, class clown, you know what I mean? And I think that kind of really shaped me as a, you know what I'm saying, young man. Like, look, you know what I'm saying, now you got a kid to take care of, you know what I mean? Like,
It's not just you.
yeah, it's not just me, you know what I'm saying? You got somebody else to look out after. So I think from that point on, I was just like, all right, now I really got to be locked in. You know what I'm saying? I can't. I don't have a plan B. You know what I'm saying? This is a plan A. So this is, you know what I'm saying? Like if I don't make it, then it's no other choice. So I think that's what really made me like just really lock in and hone in on my, you know, my skill set.
That's a good word.
Yeah.
Now being at Michigan State, was it hard from day one? Or was you able to gradually grow into the culture?
You hit some adversity as a freshman.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think you ACL or
ACL. I took my
okay,
ACL
yeah. So your
freshman
ACL
year.
freshman year.
Yeah, against Ohio State. Yeah.
Let's talk about the mentality shift, like confidence. Let's talk
That's
about
a setback right there.
It is. Now I'll say my freshman year, man, it was tough, man. Like, because I had no discipline. You know what I'm saying? Like I coming into college, I had no discipline, I had no structure. So I'm going off just you know, coming from high school, and that's why I be telling my son, like, you know, trying to get him prepared. Like once you get to that next level, you gotta have discipline. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta have structure.
So where did you lack the discipline though? Was it like being late to like early
time management?
Work? Okay.
Time management, yeah, being late, you know, being early, being on time to workouts. You know what I'm saying? I think it was one time we had a workout. I think we had 5 a.m. workouts. You know, Draymond Green, you know what I mean? He was letting me stay at his crib. It was me, him, and Adrian Payne. You know, rest in peace, Adrian Payne. And we got up, you know what I'm saying? Draymond left, you know what I mean? He like, look, I'm out. So they tried waking me up. I ain't wake up, you know what I mean? So Adrian Payne, he left. So then one of the coaches called me like, hey, yo, where you at, B? I told AP, I said, bro, I'm not going. Like, I'm chilling. I'm asleep. So he like, yo, B, they, you know what I'm saying? They looking for you, bro. Come on. He came back, he picked me up. I was like, all right, man, come on. So I get to the workout. Because Izzo, as soon as I walk in, he cursed me out. You know what I'm saying? From that point on, I was like, all right, but you gotta like you gotta change your ways, yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? Because it can be taken away from you. So yeah.
Izzo a straight shooter.
Yeah. Izzo, he don't hold back at all.
Let's get some stories about Izzo. What obviously hindsight 2020.
Yeah.
You probably have a different perspective, different lens.
Yeah.
That you can look at some of the moments you done had with him.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the moments y'all made to the Final Four. Y'all won the Big Ten. Like, like let's talk about it.
Man, it was legendary. I still to this day you know go back and watch our old games. You know, I mean, I feel like making a decision to go to Michigan State was probably one of the best decisions of my life. You know what I mean? And like you said, the Final Fours, the Sweet 16. I think from my freshman year, we made it to the Sweet 16. My sophomore year, Sweet 16. Junior year, Elite 8, and my senior year, Final Four. You know what I mean? And with the Final Four, we got this tradition where, you know, if you don't make it to the Final Four your senior year, it kind of, you know, it's a lot of pressure. So I told myself, like, because I think Keith Applin and Adrian Payne, we didn't make it my junior year. So I told, you know, me and Travis Trice, we were the seniors. And I told, you know, Travis, like, look, bro, we gotta.
This has to happen.
We gotta lock in, bro. They can't.
Try one of them.
Try one of the ones. Yeah, he's nice.
Yeah,
he's nice. So I told Trav, like, yeah, bro, we that can't be us. You know what I'm saying? So my senior year, we made it to the Final Four, and it was crazy. Like, it was one of the best experiences of my life.
So you got most outstanding player in the region. No, in the
Big Ten tournament
prior to the Final Four, right?
Yep.
Wasn't you like injured that season too?
My hand,
like,
I hurt my hand.
So for you to come back, get most outstanding player. How did that like make you feel? Knowing what you went through prior.
Well, really, I kind of always lacked confidence. You know what I'm saying? So I think that kind of like,
even though you got all these accolades,
still kind of like confidence. I was always like kind of like, you know, doubting myself, and I think winning that, I was just like, I belong here. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm here for a reason. I was at McDonald's American for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I was top 25 for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Sense,
so I just had to remind myself, like, you know what I'm saying, like you one of the ones.
Sometime, bro.
Yeah,
real
you know
life.
what I'm saying? Yeah, and I kind of, that's why I say that's why I kind of, lack, just the confidence and doubting myself. So when I won that, I was just like, from that point on, I was like, all right, like you got it. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta just keep working hard.
Being around Coach Izzo all those times, especially when you, like you said, you lacked confidence, you lacked accountability. You was trying to go into Michigan State, made you truly become a man.
Yeah.
What's one of the biggest lessons that you learned from him?
One of the biggest lessons I learned from him, I would say probably just holding yourself accountable. Yeah. Not just in basketball, not just in sports, but in life. As a man, he really, he really shaped me into the man I am today. You know what I'm saying? It was one incident where it was, I asked him, I came to him, met with him, and my son's mom, she had needed help. She was going through a lot, and she asked me if I can take him. I'm like, I'm in college. Like, you know what I'm saying? So had him chopped it up with Iz, you know what I'm saying? We had a meeting, and I asked Iz if I can bring him on campus with me. And he was like, yeah, of course. You know what I'm saying? And from that point on, I was like, yeah.
Solid.
Yeah, he's solid for that.
You got any like Magic Johnson experiences?
Yeah. Magic, he, like, you know what I'm saying, doing like the practices, he'll come up to our practices, to the games, you know what I'm saying? He was around a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Magic always around.
He went to Michigan State, boy.
Yeah.
What you mean, oh, really?
I went to, I didn't go to Michigan State. I went to McNeese, and Joe Dumars was there, but I saw that man one time.
Yeah.
And his brother was my assistant coach. So it's a little different sometimes. Right. Some people show back up, some people don't.
Magic's always around. He came in the locker room. He, came in the locker room, talked to us for the game, and after the game. But he was around a lot.
So as a freshman, obviously you said you played 1 year with Draymond. Mm-hmm. Did you learn anything that carried you like through your basketball career from that 1 year with Draymond?
Oh yeah, man. DG was a dog. You know what I'm saying? He was, Saginaw. One of the best to come out of Saginaw. He really was humble. He took me under his wing. My freshman year, he actually took me to Gary one time. You know what I'm saying? I had no car. Yeah. And I think they was going to Detroit. You know what I mean? If I'm not mistaken. And yeah, they dropped me off. You know what I'm saying? In Gary. Good. So yeah, from that point on, like, DG just his mentality, just his y'all see it, just his approach towards the game.
He always been crazy like that?
Always.
Like talking crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
okay. Yeah.
Not open crazy, but you feel
yeah. He always been like that. He didn't. One thing I really learned from him was he never shied away from any moment. You know what I'm saying? Big, small, whoever. You know what I mean? Like he always was.
He embraced it at all times.
He embraced it at all times. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter who he was playing. We could be playing a mid-major or a D2 team. He gonna be the same him. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why I kind of learned a lot from him.
Okay, so like obviously, you had some teammates that faced some adversity. Mm-hmm. Went through some tragic situations. Obviously, AP, he's not with us no more. Yeah. And then the point guard went through his situation. What's his name? I believe Keith Applin. Yeah. And I seen a post you made about it, like right at probably like a few weeks after, like everything came out, just showing your support.
Right.
Like, and just to know, like, when you at your lowest, that's when everybody gonna like kick you and etc. So for you to come out and do that, what made you do that? Did y'all have like a certain type of relationship, or that's just you are at your core?
Yeah, it was just, I feel like it's it's just who I am. You know what I mean? And me and App, we always that's somebody I always been close to, because we come from the same same background. You know what I mean? He pretty much his whole family structure. You know what I'm saying? I think he got sisters, single mom, and you know what I mean, and come from Detroit. You know what I mean? I just feel like we just kind of gravitated towards each other because we was the same. You know what I mean? Same mentality, and we was actually teammates in DR. We was on the same team, and you know what I mean? Like we just always been close. You know what I mean? But I feel like all of us, we still, like I tell people to this day, like I can call Izzo right now, and you know what I'm saying, he'll pick up the phone. You know what I mean? And I can text the equipment manager and say, hey, you know, I need some sneaks or something, you know what I mean, and he'll send it. Yeah, but yeah, it's always been a brotherhood. So I feel like that's, you know, kind of that, and kind of just who I am as a person. Yeah.
Being that you are that you had your son at an early age, what are some of the advice you give him? I'm assuming he's trying to follow in your footsteps, trying to play sports.
Yeah.
What's some of the advice that you learned through your time that you're passing on to him to hopefully keep him from making the same mistakes you did, and also advancing further past what you've done?
Right. You know, I always try to tell him, just be better than I was. You know what I mean? Not only in basketball, but in life. You know, I made, you know, throughout my life, I made some, you know, some bad decisions. And I just try to tell him, like, look, man, it's the sky's the limit. You know what I mean? Like, you have an opportunity to change not only your life, but your, you know, trajectory of your mom's life, everybody. You know what I'm saying? I told him, like, look, I don't want nothing from you. Yeah. Nothing, not a dime. You know what I'm saying? Just hone in on your skills and just, you know what I'm saying, be the best you can be.
Do it the right way.
Do it the right way. You know what I mean? They giving out money in these NIL deals. You know
Man,
what I'm saying? They giving bags.
It's like, crazy.
It's crazy. I'm like, shit, if I was, you know, I'm like, where was that when I was coming up? You know what I mean? Like, but I just try to tell him, like, just instilling, like, you know what I'm saying, things like that's gonna help him, like, just navigating life. You know what I mean?
Let's fast forward a little bit. You get drafted.
Mm-hmm.
LA Clippers, second round. It don't matter where you got drafted.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? you part of that 1%.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Obviously you from that place, like I said. So like to get drafted, hear your name called, I'm pretty sure you was with your family.
Right.
Close friends, and etc.
Yeah.
How was that moment for you?
Crazy. It was probably, like I said, one of the best. Like, it was like a dream come true. Like, it was surreal. Like, I'm like, because I really didn't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they was telling me, oh, you know, I had buzz, you know what I mean? You know, getting drafted. You know, I've seen my name on mock draft, but I never really paid attention to it. But I honestly didn't know if I was going to get drafted or not. I was just like, you know, I was like, look, God, like, I'm rocking with you. Like, you know, I'm with my family. And, you know, most guys, you know what I mean? Like, if they don't know, if they're not sure if they're going to get drafted, they don't even have like a
little thing.
Draft party. So me, I was like, look, it's, you know,
it is what it
is. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm a, you know, if I hear my name get called or not, you know what I'm saying? I'm a roll with it. So, man, I heard my name called the 56th pick. I'm like, what?
So you ain't like get a phone, you ain't know before?
No.
Agent ain't tell you nothing, just boom.
Just happened. Yeah. I mean, my agent, we was in, you know what I'm saying, we was in contact, but you know, second round, you know, 56th pick, you know what I mean? You kind of overlooked a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the first lottery and, you know what I'm saying, the first round is like, all right. Like, second round, like, people like, all right, you know, they ain't really, you know, tuned in watching it. So yeah, but yeah, nah, that really changed my life. I was like, wow. Yeah.
What was going through your mind?
Honestly, bro, it was a lot, bro. I was in just surreal. It was just a surreal moment for me. You know, my family was there, all my close friends from high school. My son was there. It was love, though. It was, you know, like I said, it was definitely, if I can do it again, I'll do it again, for real, yeah.
So, like, I always like to, well, me and you been tapped in for a little bit,
right.
now, and there's a lot of love and respect there.
Yeah, for sure.
Real life.
For sure.
And I just wanted to ask you, like, what would you tell, like, your younger self through everything you done been through up to this point? Like, what is something you would tell your younger self, hindsight 2020, you done been through some real experiences. So, like, what would you tell your younger self?
Probably just be you. You know what I mean? Just, you know, don't try to live up to, you know, the expectations of other people. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if you're doing something that you love, do it out of love. You know what I mean? And just be who you are. You know?
How do you deal with, like, because obviously I'm just knowing you, being in tune with you. I know you done lost some people close to you. You know what I'm saying? So how you deal with that trauma mentally?
God. Yeah, I just, you know, a lot of people that know, like, what I've been through, they keep telling me, yo, bro, you need, you know, go, you know, talk to a therapist. You know what I'm saying? That
you feel like you still healing?
I'm still healing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not opposed to it, but I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like my relationship with God kind of helps me navigate through that pain and that trauma.
Was it experience that you had that, like, forged the relationship with God, or like it's always been there from when you was a little short?
No, it's always been there.
Okay.
Always been there. But it kind of, you know, my relationship grew over time, obviously. You know what I mean? But my family, my grandmother, they was was always they was in church. You know what I mean? Like I think my great grandmother, she was a I think one of us, you know what I'm saying? One of us at the church. Yeah. So she was every Sunday. She
one thing the hood gonna have is a church on every block.
Yeah, right.
Every time.
Yeah. So she was, and she kind of, she kind of like helped me. She kind of instilled that, have a relationship with God. Like, she would even pick me up sometimes, and I was in high school. You know what I mean? And I think that kind of like that helped me a lot too. You know what I mean? So yeah.
So you went overseas with with basketball.
Mm-hmm.
You've been in some high level countries.
Right.
What was your experiences like? What was the differentiating factor between like the United States and then overseas? What was the difference for you?
Oh man, it was a big culture shock, bro. Like my first year in Japan, it was crazy. I'm really like
you was in Shibuya.
Shibuya, yeah.
That's a nice city.
Yeah, I was in Shibuya with the Sun Rockers. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it was cool. It was an amazing experience. I was with I had 2 vets. That kind of like really helped me. I actually one of them, Jamar Thorpe.
Yeah,
he was he was one of my vets. He helped me a lot. But man, it was a culture shock for me. I was like, wow, like I'm really
I bet
overseas. Like I'm like, this is crazy. Like I just dealing with
was
like
that your first overseas trip?
Yeah, Japan.
Really?
Yeah, that was my first. Yeah,
You never been out of the country before that? Like Maui Invitational. Y'all ain't never playing.
Y'all had to do something.
No, we didn't play in Maui.
Really?
Nah, we didn't play because I think the year that I came, we didn't. They had went to Maui. Like before that, so I never. So like that really was like my first. I mean, I was traveling, but I never really
out the country.
Out the country.
That's crazy.
So going from Gary to Michigan State to Japan, and I ain't gonna lie, I played in Japan too, and even though I've been overseas, but Japan is one. I love that place.
Yeah, nah, Japan is a
Tokyo
vibe. Yeah, Tokyo. I was in Tokyo every chance I got. Yeah, shopping, all that. But no, it's a like the culture is it's a very beautiful country, city. Tokyo is amazing. Yeah, for sure.
So like let's fast forward some. Obviously, you not retired.
No, 50-50. Yeah, I'm juggling.
Okay,
I'm trying to figure.
Was it hard for you? Well, is it hard for you to like transition?
Yeah.
Because obviously, as a professional basketball player myself, like you growing up, you playing this every day of your life.
Every day.
Right?
Every day.
And so like when you get to a point, you like, bro, I'm never gonna stop. Like I always wanted to play till I was 40.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? That was always my goal. You know what I'm saying? But I'm on the
Yeah.
back end now. So like that transition process, like people don't talk about that enough.
Yeah.
Like going through it mentally and trying to figure out what's next and understanding like basketball isn't who you are, it's just what you do.
It's just what you do, right?
So like what's that process like for you?
Like right now I'm still learning, you know what I mean? I'm still adjusting. I'm still transitioning to the real world.
Yeah.
Really, you know what I'm saying, for me. But I kind of, my first, like when I really made the you know what I'm saying, the decision, so I kind of knew because, so my body just wasn't right, and so my mental wasn't right, and I just felt like I was kind of burnt out, you know what I mean? Like, and I think that, take some time away kind of helped me, you know what I mean? Helped me out a lot. But yeah, it was hard, bro. Like that first few months, I'm like what's next? You know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna do next? But obviously, I got my degree, and you know what I mean? I've always been into cars. I've always wanted to be a part of in the car industry. So yeah, it was a big decision, man. I was going through it.
Graduating from Michigan State.
Yeah.
How that sound? How that make you feel, bro?
Oh, that's dope.
Knowing where you come from, bro.
Yeah, that's dope. That's crazy. I really
prestigious college.
Yeah. No, I remind myself, like, bro, you really have a degree. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is something that can never be taken away from you. Like, this is the real deal. You know what I'm saying? But it's not. I feel like it's a big accomplishment. I'm the first in my family to do that. Yeah. So I feel like that's kind of what I tell my son. Like, look, it's not always about hoops. It's not always about, I tell him, like, look, if you don't make it, it's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you always got something to fall back on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so that's kind of something that, I kind of navigate through.
Who are like people that like kind of like shaped you along your journey to this point in your life? Or like help mold you and just staying kept you on that, because you said you was 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yeah.
That's not easy when you in them environment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like who like was somebody or like individuals in general that just kept
really
you on the straight and narrow?
My friends, family, you know what I'm saying, coaches. One of my homies, he my best friend to this day. Shout out to my boy Los. his family kind of took me in. You know what I mean? Like his mom, you know what I'm saying, his dad, they, you know what I mean? Like they became family. Like I call his mom, you know what I'm saying, my aunt. I call this, his pops, my uncle.
Yeah.
But I feel like they really like family. You know what I'm saying? Like we not related, but everybody be thinking like, yo, your brother or your cousin, they don't even know, you know what I'm saying? Like our relation. So I just feel like that kind of really helped me out a lot. Like once in high school, like his, just being, with him and being around his mom and, because like I said, my mom was single. You know what I'm saying? So just seeing that dynamic with his mom and his dad, that really kind of like, helped me out a lot. So
Amen.
kind of like a brother. You know what I'm saying? I
Amen.
never,
Real life.
never had no brother. So that helped me out a lot.
Yeah, that's real. That's definitely a big thing.
Yeah.
Relationships are one of those things that a lot of people take for granted, especially at a young
Oh
age.
yeah, for sure.
Because you meet some, especially someone in your shoes, like you've played on all levels. You meet so many different people, and it's kind of hard to navigate who's genuinely there for you. But that one relationship from back then that you hold deep.
Right,
I got cousins that my mom and their mom are just best friends, but that's. If anybody asks me, that's my brother. That's my sisters.
Yeah,
they ain't going nowhere.
Nah,
if I got to put down emergency contacts, I'm gonna throw them on there too.
Cause I still use his mom as one of my emergency contacts. I still use their address.
Yeah,
so.
See.
Nah, that's how I love, man. They definitely helped me out a lot for sure.
Before you get out of there, I got a lot of appreciation for you, bro. A lot of love and respect for you, for sure, without question. Mm-hmm. And knowing where you come from, that hit my soul, that hit my spirit, because I've been out there. I've been on the porches. You feel what I'm saying? Just to fast track it from where you started to the journey you've been on and where you ended. You know what I'm saying? Obviously a prestigious pro career, college graduate, etc. Did you see that when you was coming off the porch?
Nah, not at all.
What did you see?
Honestly, I really didn't know how my life was gonna go. You know what I mean? I didn't. You
didn't really have a vision.
I didn't have a vision exactly.
Through life.
Yeah, I was just like, look, I'm just floating like this. I'm taking whatever comes, it comes. You know what I'm saying? So I was just really, I think I was really always ahead of time. Really, you know what I'm saying? Like I had uncles who was older. You know what I'm saying? Like I was raised by my uncle. You know what I'm saying? Like who's shout out to my uncle. He was he was in the streets, you know what I'm saying? And I just always just had like a different mentality than most kids my age, you know what I mean? Because I didn't been through a lot, so I just feel like I was just floating through life, really. Yeah.
Hey B, like I told you, I got a lot of love and respect for you, bro.
Yeah.
Appreciate you for jumping down on the pod. They go along with me.
Yeah, love.
The whole
love.
underrated team, bro.
Love.
Is love.
Yeah, much love. Yeah, appreciate y'all for having me.
The city appreciates you. The city then welcomes you. You feel what I'm saying? It's love for sure, bro.
Yeah, I love Houston, man. This is home for sure.
That's good. That's good.
Appreciate y'all boys, man, for having me.
Underrated podcast, another edition. Shannon Shorter.
Peace, y'all, warrior.
Special guest Branden Dawson. We appreciate him jumping down with us. Like, subscribe, comment, follow, whatever you got to do to just stay in tune with the pod. Just stay in tune. Appreciate you.
Wait, I got one more question for you. Nate, give us one person that you'd like to see hop on the couch with us, talk about their experience. It could be anybody.
That's a good question. I would say probably Denzel Valentine.
Ooh.
Yeah. Denzel Valentine.
Okay.
Yeah. I ain't gonna say too much, but it just, a lot of people know what he went through. You know what I'm saying? And just like, he, from East Lansing, and, a lot of people, kind of, no, he's from Lansing. My bad, he's from Lansing, Michigan. But he been through a lot. And he still, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, that'd be a good one.
Oh, yeah,
sure.
we're gonna tap in with you. See if you make that happen for us.
I'm gonna try, for sure.
One more time, Branden Dawson. Appreciate you.
Yeah, and I love, man. Appreciate y'all having me. Love, bro. Love.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.